What's up, Comic Islanders? You may have heard of a man, and maybe even you've heard of a spider. But have you ever heard of a Spider-Man? Well, we've got a list of facts all about the Spider-Man himself. And unlike weak-willed, pathetic, inferior channels, we prepared far more than 101 or 107 measly facts about Spider-Man. Prepare for 137 million facts about Spider-Man. Remember to subscribe to our channel for a continued stream of trivia everyone on the internet both hates, but also somehow maintains a certain level of success, motherfucker! Number 1. Spider-Man has all the powers of a regular man-spider. He can crawl on walls, his spider sense can detect danger, he can produce an organic webbing fluid that he can use to swing from one building to the next, and he even has a special tube in his anus for excreting a dry uric acid. That's 5 facts for the price of 1! Why didn't we spread these out? Number 2. Spider-Man was created in 1939 by Walt Disney and Jack Kirby in an effort to foil Hitler in a secret cartooning contest. Walt, an immortal being destined to one day devour the Earth, eventually faked his death and assumed the identity of Stan Lee. Number 3. Stan Lee, or Walt as he preferred to be called, later tricked Steve Ditko into drawing a series of Spider-Man comics instead of a manifesto denouncing the Soviet Union. Number 4. With Steve Ditko's help, The Amazing Spider-Man premiered in 1962. It lasted for 6 issues and was cancelled, forgotten about entirely until it was revived by the most famous of all comic book movies, 3 Dev Adam. Number 5. 3 Dev Adam was an international hit, the first film to ever reach $100 million in a single box office weekend, and became, at the time, the most successful comic book movie ever. Number 6. Thanks to its high-stakes action and unambiguous understanding of the nihilistic, murderous attitude that permeates Spider-Man, 3 Dev Adam was often credited as pioneering modern comic book movies. Number 7. Sam Raimi was so inspired by 3 Dev Adam that he directed another groundbreaking blockbuster film, Oz the Great and Powerful, where Spider-Man was reimagined as an angry witch that wears oily face paint. Number 8. Sony later purchased the film rights of Spider-Man off of Stan Lee himself for a Canadian nickel and a Yankee favor, whatever those things are. Number 9. Sony would later publish a series of short-form poetry collections which fleshed out the Spider-Man character, changing him from a slightly overweight villain that chopped off women's heads to a superhero played by Andrew Garfield and without the slightest trace of a personality. Number 10. Pass. Number 11. Spider-Man has had many love interests over the years, but the most famous of all is Mary Jane Watson, a blacksmith from the 1980s, before there were computers or electricity. Number 12. Yeah, so we literally can just copy and paste the trivia section of Wikipedia pages and treat that like it's actual, thought-through oh crap.